There's a saying that goes, "Stones of the same weight can never balance the scales." This statement couldn't be more true as I reflect on my own personal experiences in the midst of the Israel-Gaza conflict. I remember, as a child, waking up to the sound of sirens, followed by the deafening roar of rockets soaring overhead, my heart pounding like a drum as we huddled in the bomb shelter, praying for the fighting to cease. The fear was palpable, the uncertainty unnerving. It's a memory that has stayed with me, a stark reminder of the human cost of conflict. The Israel-Gaza conflict is a complex issue, with roots that run deep into the annals of history. A recent escalation in violence has seen the situation deteriorate rapidly. In the second week of the conflict, Israel continued its airstrikes on Gaza, while Palestinian militants launched rockets at Israeli cities. The death toll on the Palestinian side was at least 212, including 61 children and 36 women. On the Israeli side, 10 people lost their lives. Despite diplomatic efforts to secure a ceasefire, the fighting persisted. The U.S. president expressed support for a ceasefire, and the U.S. approved the potential sale of $735 million in precision-guided weapons to Israel. Yet the violence continued, with a top Islamic Jihad commander killed and a 7-story office building used by Hamas targeted. A year later, Israel reopened border crossings into Gaza following a ceasefire with the Islamic Jihad group. This truce ended the bloodiest escalation of fighting in over a year, resulting in the deaths of at least 44 people, including 15 children. This ceasefire allowed fuel trucks to supply Gaza's power plant, increasing electricity availability. However, the human cost in Gaza was heavy, and the UN Middle East envoy warned that any resumption of hostilities would have devastating consequences. In summary, the Israel-Gaza conflict has been marked by persistent violence and significant loss of life. Despite numerous attempts to secure a ceasefire and diplomatic interventions, the conflict continues. The human cost, particularly in Gaza, has been significant, with hundreds of lives lost, including many children. The situation remains precarious, with the potential for further escalation posing a serious threat to regional stability. It's a stark reminder that stones of the same weight can never balance the scales, and the human cost of conflict is always too high. The hope remains that a peaceful resolution can be found, bringing an end to the violence and suffering.